My name is Echija Cultural Da Vinci. I am an artist and the initiator of Echija Cultural Festival.
That boy, bring that boy. He's dancing to my tune. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
Echija is a cultural festival and annual event that is held every 28th December. It is meant to celebrate our culture. It is meant to rejuvenate our interest in anything, home, culture, and tradition, so that we can have something to showcase, preserve, and hand over to our children. I grew up in Otukpo, and I could remember my childhood, how we look forward to Christmas season, because that's the period you see masquerade display, different dances, different kinds of innovation and creativity by our people, most especially the youth. Over time, because of misconception about Western ideology and civilization, people started shying away from things that has to do with culture. We started demonizing it, started looking down at people that practice cultural things in any way or the other. We started seeing them as poor, illiterate, uncut, uncivil people. And that really affected the psyche of the people of the next generation, or even the generation that were doing it. So the whole thing started decaying. And with that, even our value system also started dropping. Over time, me and my friends will sit, will discuss about the good old days when we used to have lots and lots of masquerades during the Christmas, how people look forward to Christmas. And in those days too, added to the masquerade thing, there were a lot of other practices during Christmas season. That's the time a lot of us get to eat rice in abundance. That's the time we get to, some people hardly eat meat in those days. And parents, that's the one and only time some people get clothing. And if you check our wardrobe, it is made up of successive Christmas wears. So the next year, you use your Christmas wears for birthday parties and other events. But as economy changes and things change, parents started buying clothes for their children anyhow, anytime. They can just come back from the office and you see them carrying a cloth for their children. People, they go to market any day without any occasion. And the rice thing too, food generally became more abundant. We know that things are hard, but things were really hard then, if we want to do a comparative analysis. But then the idea of coming home to come and celebrate Christmas with rice, food that has become very available to everybody, not to mention that of clothes, the Christmas started losing value for a lot of us. And a lot of family considering the cost of even transporting home. So there was also need for us to have a reason, because Christmas was more than just the food thing, apart from the fact that that's the only period a lot of children get to get things in abundance. It was also a period of reunion for a lot of people. Some people, you don't see them until Christmas. That's the only time they come home, and some people don't even come home for years, but if they choose to come, they still come during the Christmas season. But over time, the value started dropping. So there was need for us to also do something that would bring people home. And when they come home, apart from celebrating with the cultural galas that happens during the Echija festival, they get to meet friends, they get to reconnect with home, they get to bring their children to learn how to speak Idoma, see their families, see their roots, where they are coming from. And whether we like it or not, they come to spend. And when they spend, they help the economy of the home. So me and my friends, we were talking, we discussed it, and instead of just wallowing and complaining, we decided to do something. And we said, let us start, revive this Christmas vibe. And let us start by organizing masquerades that represent different neighborhoods as it used to be. The Igba Nongmaje axis, Erupi axis, Sabungeri Ojira, Ibadan Street, all the major areas in those days, apart from these new areas that we have now, neighborhoods that we have now, used to have their own flagship masquerade. So we said, let us relive that old life. And we started, and like joke, like it just caught fire, and everybody joined the train. And we wanted something that would be owned by the people, not owned by an individual, a group of persons. Should be the people's thing. We want something that the life force comes from the streets, from our villages, all local governments in Idoma land. And it is not limited only to the Idoma people or the Otukpo people. It is also open to other communities that are living with us. The Igbo community, Yoruba community, Hausa community, Chief community, lots and lots of other communities living amongst us, to show our hospitality, brotherly love, and unity, so that we can do something that will now progress and add value to our community. If you want to do anything good and you think you just have it all roses, that means you are not really ready to make it work. Definitely people will come with different ideas, different things to spoil what we do. But because we are determined, it is not something we are doing with expectation. It is something we are doing as a sacrifice. And a whole lot of people that have joined this thing are joining not because they get anything from it. And when you do things with passion from a point of sacrifice, you'll be able to withstand a whole lot of all this opposition. And to set the record straight, it is not for a group of people or a set of people. It is for everybody. And we work with those that make themselves available to us. We may not know whether you have interest or not until you show the interest. Echija, what we do is a platform like a plain canvas. You come with your colors, you come with your brushes and paint on it. We are still appealing to our people, home and abroad, from Ogbadibo, Boku, Apa, Agatu, Ohimini, Ado, Obi, Oju, Akpa, Utonkom, Adoka Ogboju, and Co. Everybody, we are still appealing to them. Come, let us build something that we'll all be proud of. It will not be owned by anybody, it will be owned by all of us, so that we can move our people, move Idoma forward, move our nation forward, and move everybody forward. The street painting is our own way of giving back to the society where we come from. Me and a lot of my friends that happens to champion this street painting project. We are artists, we reside in Abuja, some of us are still home. We work in Abuja, we beautify the town, we beautify walls, though we are paid for it. And we feel that how can we be beautifying other people's places without showing something at home? It's easier to criticize government. It's easier to criticize people. And we feel that instead of being critics, let us be doers. Let us initiate momentum for others to follow. So we decided to do this. And we are doing it within our limited resources. It's within our initial plan to start street painting as early as September this year. We would have loved to go to Utukpa branch and put something on the wall there. This is Utukpa branch. We would have loved to go to Agatu, Odugbo, Adoka, Ugboju, Ugbokulu, Utonkom, Agila, all the places that we can, including Ojo and Obi, Ito, to put murals on the walls. Let them have something to be proud of, like a background for their pictures. As we see in movies, in pictures, people have places they go to in Abuja, Lagos, London, Paris, New York, Tokyo, Dubai. Let's have a place that we can be proud of using as a background for our picture. Now, this year we now added the I Love Otukpo. Actually, I saw the I Love Otukpo concept. I saw the Abuja one in Abuja. And the very first day I saw it, I knew that we have to do something like this. The I Love Otukpo concept was inspired by I Love Abuja concept that I saw in Abuja. And with my patriotic sense and love for home, I felt that we have to do something like this in Otukpo. This is just the beginning. We have plans to put Proudly Idoma around the Ochidoma's palace. And if we have the resources, we will do in other places, in other local governments, because we all love our home. We are passionate people. We might be minorities in Nigeria, but the love we have for home, the love the average Idoma man has for Idoma, does not make him feel inferior to any tribe in Nigeria. And that is the level of passion we bring into this. We were fortunate that when the idea came, I got in contact with a philanthropist, a leader, got in contact with Chief Godwin Obla, and he gave his support. With the other resources I had at my disposal, we are now able to make this a reality. And we appreciate the fact that people appreciate it, they see what we do, and we are promising that we will do more. With more resources, we're going to do more, so that we'll be proud. The spirit, you know, hope keeps us alive. And we appreciate the fact that it was able to lift people's spirits so that we can move from our ashes and bloom like a flower. It would have been lovelier to put this thing around the federal road, but because of the present state of our federal road in Otukpo, we couldn't site it there. So we had to look for somewhere more central and at least appropriate within the resources we have, in spite of our infrastructural decadence in our society, in our town. We had to do with what we have.
Go back to the fatherland, show them, you know, the culture, the tradition.
Very colorful. It felt very authentic. I'm happy to have had this cultural experience here. Okay. I'm very grateful for it.
The Idoma in diaspora, we haven't tapped into that well yet. Why I use the word well is because our people are scattered all over the globe. And they are so much, they are also doing better. Some of them are doing, or most of them are doing better than the lots that we have here. And we are appealing to them. Save for few, we have a friend, Benjamin, from the United States, that sponsors Odudaje community. We appreciate him, and we are asking our people in diaspora, even if you can't give us direct money, you can just send money to your community, send someone to bring your community masquerade or dance group to participate. We are still open till 26 December, open for people to sponsor groups from their community to participate. So we've heard from a lot of them that said they will be home because of Echija, And we are happy that we are able to influence people enough to want to buy flight tickets, risk their life, enter the plane, and come home with their children to see their culture. And we want them to come and celebrate with us, come with their friends, their children, and help us to make it a better and far better festival.
I feel so excited. It's really a day of fun at the Echija. You can see everybody's excited. We are playing football, we are dancing, the music is playing. People are enjoying themselves here. So it's really a day of fun. And I'm so happy.
The idea of the 27th, which is tagged the old school picnic, because Echija literally means a day of play. And in the Idoma dialect, play means a lot of things. When we say Ija, Ija could connote masquerade or dance or drum display. And it could also represent people that are just having fun, playing football, playing draft, or running around. What we call ten sway, even eating, as long as you are just joking with yourself, is also a play. So the 27th is dedicated to a picnic setting whereby people will come and eat our local delicacies, ijangada okoho, ikboho, oupio, ochkapo, lots and lots of other food that we cook that are meant to, that we consider as our local food, local delicacies. We have them on that day. Then we also tell people it's a day of play. It's a day that you drop your worries. Things are so hard in this country. Things are getting harder by the day. We understand. But we are saying just drop your worries for that day and come in your childhood state. Because the idea is to reinvent, relive your childhood. The place that you used to play before you became an adult. Come with your children and play with your mates. Let your children see daddy and mommy playing the kind of play that they never expect daddies to play. And just take one day out of this 365 and a quarter day to just play and forget about your worries. That will not kill you. Rather, it will lengthen your life. And that's the picnic setting. We are calling on people. We are open. We start by 12 o'clock in the afternoon and it closes by 6 in the evening so that people can go back home, rest and prepare for the main day, which is the Echija. That's the one that we have the street procession with masquerade and dances crisscrossing our streets till we will now finally go to the Ochidoma's palace for final display. That's where masquerades from different villages, local governments, neighborhoods will converge and entertain us in a competitive dance. This year's event happens to be bigger because the prize money has been shifted from 500,000 for first prize to 1 million for first prize. Now we have 500,000 as second prize, something that used to be the first prize that last year. Then third prize will go home with 300,000. And this is done courtesy of Udekole, a company owned by an Idoma man. Then we have Eden 360 Hotel, the owners of Creed Nightlife. They just opened their nightclub in Otubo last week, and it is also owned by a prominent Idoma son. These are people that are remembering home, that are investing in their home to promote home for home. Actually, that's the whole idea. Just one day out of life, just to play and relive your childhood. It brings this nostalgia of how life used to be. I think for a lot of people at home now, I'm not talking about those that have never experienced. For a lot of people at home now, the Christmas for them is Echija. It's a day that we just have fun. It's a day to reconnect. It's a day of love, sharing, and you just can't miss it. I'm asking each and every one of you to try, if you can't make it this year, try as much as possible to be home. That is where to be. Echija Cultural Festival. It is for home. The theme for this year's event is called Ihotukole, Love for Home.
That boy, bring that boy. He's dancing to my tune. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Echija from day one has been a people's thing. From the very first day we started, from the very first edition, people, some we don't even know their names, some will send money and write anonymous. They don't want to even be known. We don't even know them till date. We have a platform where people did crowdfunding, 1,000, 5,000, 50,000, 300,000. The likes of Monday Morgan, AVM, Air Vice Marshal Monday Morgan, Ugliadogo, Uzuns, Udekole. There are so many, including architect Sunday Chono, Agaba Ikwe. There are so numerous to mention, have been contributing to make this a success. We are very much open to any contribution from any person. We need colors to continue our street paintings. We need the paints to do the job. We need logistics. We can do better, but we made sure that we are cutting our coats according to our material. We are not taking up something that is too much for us. If we have billions, we will spend it all. It's a non-profit organization. It's not meant to make any profit for anybody. The people working are working as volunteers. We might give them thanks for coming, or we appreciate what you're doing, but nobody is really paid. And the masquerades come from different communities that are sponsored by their communities. We don't sponsor them. So in a way, that has shifted a lot of the cost from us. But we need to organize, we need to provide logistics, we need to provide publicity, not to talk of the DJs, the MC, the stage, and a whole lot of other things that needed lots of money. And if we have more money, we'll bring better sound, we'll bring better coverage, we'll do better, we'll have better security, but we work with what we have, and we are very much open, and we are appealing to our people, friends, well-wishers to come to our aid, do what they can within their means as a form of sacrifice, as a form of promoting our culture. And we will not forget. We will appreciate them. The response so far, the chief people have always been with us, our chief brothers in Benue here. Their community chief has always been attending with their masquerades and dance. For the past 4 events, they've never missed anyone. The Igala people came, and we are hoping that more will join. It's a project in motion, and we are calling on them. Come and show your love for the host community and be part of us. We are also extending a hand of fellowship to you. We are telling you that we are brothers. As we do business together, as you live among us, feel free to do things with us. Let us enjoy ourselves and move this country forward.
Odanka doko poka kole mapa TV. alabo date no ya haje ka bolona ku YouTube a abona alabo doa owo choge ho hacho
ihotu lumeiku